Hello guys, so let's proceed with the presentation aspect of the October-November paper 2 2024 ICT. All right, we begin. You are going to create a short presentation. All slides must have a consistent layout and formatting. Create a presentation of 8 slides using the file n2402climate.rtf. Unless otherwise instructed, the slides must display a title and bulleted list. So let's go ahead to, first of all, create the slide using that particular file. So I'm going to open my PowerPoint. I'll go to open, and then I'll browse for that particular file which is in here. Okay, so you want to make sure that all files are showing. Okay, so that's climate, right? So you can open that. Okay, enable editing. So the slide would have about 8 slides, yes, and each of the slides will have a title or subtitle and a bulleted list. Okay, so that's each of them will contain. So we are good. Okay. So this is done. Number 21, place in the header automated slide numbers, right aligned. Place in the footer your name, center number, and candidate number. Make sure, see that there's no alignment anywhere, whether left or right, so we can put it anywhere actually. Make sure that the header and footer appear in the same position on every slide. No items overlap on any slide. Okay, so let's go ahead to have the number. So what you want to do is you want to use the slide master to do that. So you go to view. Let's go to view and then slide master. Now when you are in slide master, this is very, very crucial. You have to make sure that you click on the first slide. The first slide is actually called the slide master, which will now, whatever change you make here will affect the rest of the layout. So these guys down here, all these slides outlined down here, they are all the layouts possible. So whatever change you make in this first one is what's going to trickle down to any other form of layout. Okay, so it's important that you click on the first one. Okay, now let's so these placeholders here, so this particular one handles the number, the slide number. This one takes care of the footer, and then of course this one is for the date, right? So what I'm going to do from the question, I'm going to take this one to the right, top right here. So it will be in the header from the question here, the header automated slide numbers, right aligned, so to the right. And then I'm going to have in the footer, I'm going to have my information. So my name is Ikechukwu Anolefo, comma NG156, comma 0004 as my candidate number. Okay, so now when you must have put all these placeholders where they're supposed to be, it will not affect the slides unless you go to insert and then go to header and footer, and then be able to make sure that slide number is checked here and then footer is checked here. Obviously, we don't need date. The question never indicated anything about date, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So you want to also take note of this. When you check them, see that they become, black here. If I check the footer becomes black in the preview here. So that's how you know that, okay, it applied. So I'm going to click on apply to all. Okay, when you click on that, so normally I like to make this to be very, very black. I like to make it black, very black, so that it doesn't show. I don't want it to be very faded. So I'm going to do the same thing with this. So they'll be black. So after that, go to slide master and then exit that. So if you look at all your slides, they will have slide number and your information on the same position in every slide. Okay, so that's that number for number 21. Of course, you have to ensure that your placeholders don't overlap, which we are very sure of. So number 22, on the slide with the title consequences of global warming. So let's first of all Let's find that particular slide. Nope. Consequences of global warming, which is this one. Select the 5 bulleted items after the text. Whether events including, and format them to look like this. Okay, so we're going to format this. We're going to format it to look like what we have here. So what I'm going to do here is select them from here to here. You want to make it italics, of course, yes, italics, and then I'll change the bullet list from circle to some dash. So you go to bullet and numbering. So from here, you want to go to customize. You want to look for the type of, so I'm going to take this one, the dash. It's going to be dashed. So you want to take that and then, okay, that's dashed. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to demote the list, right? By using this particular icon here, increase list level, right? So make sure that your list is selected and then you go to increase the list level. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, and 3, right? So as you move it here, look at your pen, your ruler, sorry. Look at where it gets to. So that tells you that this might be about 4.5 cm to the right? So that tells you that. So if you expand this particular paragraph, you see 4.5 indentation before text, okay? So that tells you that is very correct, and then it looks like what we have here, okay? So that's for that. Number 23, delete the slides with the titles Organic Farming Practices and Carbon Sinks. Okay, Organic Carbon Sinks, Organic Farming Practices. So I'm just going to click on this carbon sinks, hold down my control key, click on the second one, and then press delete button on my keyboard. And then that will delete it, right? So that's for number 23. Number 24, use the data in the file N2402 emissions.csv to create a pie chart. This time around, it's a pie chart, not a bar chart, to show the emissions for each economic sector for the year 2020 only. So let's go ahead to do that. So let's open our file here. Emissions, so we open emissions here. So let's have it open here. So we need the economic sector, we need the emissions for each economic sector for the year 2020 only. So we have all this. We don't need the unit, we don't need 1990, we don't need 2015. What I need is simply here, which represent the economic sector. I will hold down my control key and then select only 2020. These are the data I need for my pie chart. So I'm going to go to insert. You want to make sure that from the chart group, you click on pie chart here and then take the first one. So this is how your chart is going to look like. Okay. So number 25, label the chart with the title Global Emissions by Economic Factor. So you're going to label it. So let's see. So label this. Have it right there, Global Economic Factor. So I like to make it to look black. So I want to make it black. All right. So what's the next thing? Format the chart to, let me select this one to know where I am so I don't do something twice. Okay, 26, format the chart to display only the economic sector names and percentages as chart sector labels, okay? So format the chart to display only economic sector names and percentage as the chart sector labels. Position these labels outside each chart sector. Do not display a legend, okay? So we should not display a legend. So first of all, I want to remove the legend. So you want to click on your chart, go to the plus sign here, click on it, and then make sure you uncheck legend, right? Now the next thing you want to do is to have the chart names, sector names to appear, and then by percentage. So you want to go in here to label, make sure you check on label, and then what type of label do you want? You want it a callout, data label callout. So it has to be outside, right? So you need to adjust it such that nothing is overlapping. So as you can see, it was overlapping the title, so I made sure that these industrial processes are not overlapping the title. So I'm good with this. Position these labels outside each chart. Yes, so we did that. So number 27, enhance the chart display by pulling out only agriculture, forestry, and other land use from the other chart sector. So let's improve that. Agriculture. Okay, so look at it here. So you click on it once, see that every sector of the pie chart is selected. Then you want to click on this particular agriculture, forestry, and other land use. So you want to click it once again, so it will be the only sector that will be selected. You want to click and hold and then drag it a bit out. So this is what they mean by laying emphasis. Enhance the chart by pulling out only that particular sector. Okay, so that is done. Number 28, place the chart to the left of the bullet on the slide with the title industry sources. So let's find the slide. Okay, we're already in industry sources here. So our chart has to be on the left. So we want to go copy our chart and then paste it here. So make sure you move it to the left, making sure that nothing is overlapping. Are we there? So this is what I need. So let me just reshape it a bit like this. I'll take this one to the left. Oops. Oh, I think I may have to, let me delete it and then let me adjust it here. So let me just take this one to the left. Oops. Okay, yeah. So that it will be something like this. Okay. So I'll do that before I copy it once more. Copy. And paste that in my chart here. Just make it a little bigger. So this is perfect, right? Okay. Make sure that no words on the chart are split. All the data and labels are fully visible. Yes, the chart and its content do not overlap any slide item. Yes. So we made sure that that happened. Okay. So number 29, place a sun shape on the slide with the title Consequences of Global Warming. Placing this to the right of the 5 bulleted items, it should look like this. So let's go find consequences of global warming. Nope, this one. Yes. Okay, so we're going to place this particular symbol right there. So you want to go to insert, you want to go to shapes, and then from basic shapes here you can see the sun. That's a sun shape actually. So you click on it. So I'm going to hold down my shift key to have me a perfect shape, right? So this is a perfect shape, but obviously it is not looking black like this one, for the one in the question. So you want to select it. You want to make sure that you click on shape format, and then the fill color has to be black, and then of course the shape outline has to also be black. Okay, so that makes everything black to look like what we have here. So the next thing is resize the sun shape so that it has a height and width of 4 centimeters, right? So you want to check it, you want to select it, you want to go to shape format here, And then you want to make sure that the height here is 4, and then the width here is also 4. Okay, 4. Okay, so you can leave it like that. And then if I click on it, so you see that here it is 4 by 4. All right, so that shows you that we are in order. So edit this shape so that when clicked, the slide with the title greenhouse gas emission is displayed, right? So what you want to do, you want to click on that particular shape, right click on it, go to link, click on link. What you want is to place in this document. You want to click on place in this document, and where you want it is actually in consequences of global warming, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, greenhouse gas emission. This one. So this is where you want it to go whenever that particular star is clicked. So I'm going to OK that. So let's see whether that works. So I'm going to put it in by pressing Shift F5, and then if I click on it, it should be able to take me to greenhouse gas emissions. So that's very correct. Now at this point, it is important that you save your work. So whenever you import, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, whenever you import your work, once you start your work in presentation, ensure that you save your work. So I'm going to actually save this work right now. So I'm going to save it in my work area. I'm going to call it climate, okay, agricultural and climate changes presentation, something like that. Okay. Most of the times you may have to print. The question never instructs you to save, but it's important that you save because you don't know the power situation in where you are. Presentation, good. So I'm just going to save it right there as before I proceed. Okay, so place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the link from the shape to the correct slide, right? So I'm going to do it like this. You just go back right there, right click on the shape once more, and then go to edit link so that it will be able to show this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to just leave everything like this, and then press print screen and just select everything here, including the shape, something like this, right? So that will tell the examiner that, okay, that's the shape that I used to create this link. So this is step what? Step 29. So in my evidence, I'm going to place it here, step 29. So this is fine. Okay, so I'm just going to close this one more time. Okay, so number 30, save the presentation, print the full presentation as handouts in portrait orientation with 2 slides to the page, each filling the half the page. Sorry, each filling half the page, right? So let's go ahead to print our work. So this time around, they're not telling us to print any particular slide. All slides, it has to be 2 per page, right? So you want to go to File, you want to go to Print, oops, let me just put off my internet. It's trying to connect to my networked printer. I don't want it. Okay. So full page slide, we need to make it to be in 2 pages handout here and then 2 pages. So this is how it's going to look like. For some reason, it's not printing in color. What the heck? Let me just go back. Go to this place. Okay, so this is my printer here. Okay, so it shows in colored, even though I don't think you gain extra mark printing in colored. Nope. So, but for some reason, you know, printing in color makes you feel better about the examination. Okay, so this is it. So you're going to have about 3 page printout or 3 pages printout. Yes. Okay. All right. So that's for that. So task 5, printing the evidence document. Make sure that your name, serial number, and candidate number appear on every page of your evidence document. Save your evidence document, print your evidence document. Now, evidence document bears lots of marks in your examination. So do not miss to submit or print your evidence document. Now, do not write on your evidence document. Don't write anything. Like when you print out, you now use a pen to correct something. No, it's going to disqualify you or maybe that particular paper, right? So just go ahead and print your evidence document, okay, and submit. All right. So I think that's about it for this paper. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.